Folks, welcome back to Sugar Wars. I'm Tom, and today we talk about this. I introduced this in episode 0. It is the death list, as I call it, and I'm going to show you what we're about to do. Let me just come all around. All right, so first of all, Alec Baldwin and Glengarry Glen Ross, A, B, C, always be closing, always be closing. And inside, got all 61 names for sugar. So these are on every ingredients list you'll ever see. Everything from caramel, confectioner's sugar, rice syrup, fructose, molasses, muscovado, mannose, hands of fate. It's crazy. There's so many different names. And these are fairly widely available. But what I was doing with this book was I was trying to make sort of a victory lap type thing, you know, a farewell circuit. So I will never again have, and then all the various things, lots of snacks like Oreos. Butterscotch shouldn't have even been on there. I forgot that wasn't vegan in the first place. So anyway, and I also added a lot of restaurants like 1000 Degrees Pizza, Little Caesars, just all kinds of stuff. Now you'll notice it only goes 3 pages. Chocolate cake. I made my last chocolate cake for Thanksgiving. And then after that, it is weights. So my first weigh-in for the 27th, which was yesterday, 310, chest size 53, waist 55. So keeping track of inches as well as weights. But this last 2, Arnold Palmer and added sugar, we'll be checking off at the end of the video. And that'll mean it's on. So for Thanksgiving, I had a really good Thanksgiving. I cooked up a storm. I went out and found my roast beast, the field roast, vegan field roast. Cooked that up. I had some nice stuffing with Morningstar Farms maple sausages. I had mashed potatoes and gravy. God, what else? My brother found the last can of cranberry sauce in Alabama and saved the day. So he brought some vegan nog as well as some jellied cranberry sauce that conforms to the shape of the can, which is what I like. And it was a really nice dinner. We, lots of side dishes and other stuff. Really good dinner. Everybody came over, and the next day was the day I was supposed to quit all sugar. And you may remember in episode 0, I talked about starts and stops. Well, I've had a couple starts and stops, including one today, which I'll tell you about. In the interest of full transparency. So the day after, the Friday after Thanksgiving, I went through all the leftovers I had, and it was pathetic in a way. I was like eating cranberry sauce over the sink. I'm like, could have another bite of this, and I just wound up flushing, like putting it all down the disposal. Threw out so much food. Wound up. I forgot, I watched a movie or something with my cat BB and just fell asleep. I woke up at 1:30 a.m. and I still had a sippy cup this size, but full of tea. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to drink a pint of sweet tea at 1:30 in the morning with work the next day. So I was like, nope, no thanks. And then yesterday was Saturday, and yesterday after work, I wound up going over to my sister's place to play a Magic draft with my brother John and my niece Rachel and my nephew Garrett. So I got home at like midnight, and again, same dilemma. I had that much tea, and I was like, no, forget it. So today, Sunday, I finally brought that tea to work, drank it, but I was like, well, since today is the last day of sugar, this is the bargaining phase. I was like, let's just, I'll just go to Willie's after work, after I get my check, and I'll go have Willie's. So I had Willie's again, went to Willie's. This is probably, like, no doubt the worst cup of Arnold Palmer I've had. Usually I go to the Delk or the Canton Willie's. I went to the Barrett Parkway one, and they must have just cleaned their drink machines, because it tastes like detergent. It's horrible. It tastes very soapy. So I choked it down because I was like, you know what? For the video, I got to sip it on screen. But on the way home, I'm like, God, that tastes awful. So I was like, you know what? One of the things I checked off was going to China Kitchen, but I forgot to get one of my favorite dishes, which was their mapo tofu. They're sort of rice with soup kind of tofu. Anyway, so I was like, you know what? Let's just take a right turn here. And so I went down to China Kitchen, which is already crossed off my list. So I broke my rules already. Went and got that. I was like, you know what? Since I'm already breaking rules, I'm going to get one of those delicious aloe drinks that taste like muscadine. Had all that. Later on, I'm going to break yet another rule. I've got a little bit of eggnog left over because today is it. Today is the sugar day. Even though it was supposed to be 2 days ago, you know, you roll with the punches. But in terms of finishing out the list, tomorrow is going to be the clean start. You know, we're going to hit the ground running. No sugar after that. But I did want to do this on camera and check off my last 2 items, which is Arnold Palmer, which is, you know, honestly, even in my author profile on Amazon, it says Tom is the drinker of many mango Arnold Palmers. They haven't had mango for a while, but still true. Anyway. It's a little better now that ice melted. All right, that was it. That was my last Arnold Palmer. And you're going to join me now in a special moment. Okay. Here we go. Folks, Arnold Palmer and added sugars. It's on. Everything is checked off. After I hit the pillow tonight and wake up tomorrow, it's a whole new day. We're going to start weighing ourselves. Now, I'm not planning on pursuing a strenuous exercise regimen right away. I do want to get in shape this year, meaning 2022. But I just want to see what the effects are of cutting all added sugars from the diet with no other changes. So we're going to take a look very carefully at those results. Sugar Wars will be back. Now, I mean, really, this is the beginning in a way. But I'm also, starting in December, I'm going to start bringing some more content to my channel for the different playlists I have. We're going to have more Mr. Beebe. We're going to have more MTG Spec. There was even a Sugar Wars where I accidentally introduced it as MTG Spec because I don't know, high on the sugar, cocaine, making mistakes. But we're going to start off December with a whole new energy, and it's going to be amazing. And I appreciate you guys coming along with me for the journey. And we will check in soon. Y'all have a great rest of your month.